Professor Brien Holden serves as professor at the University of New South Wales. He is a world-renowned leader in ocular and vision research and advocate for public health initiatives surrounding myopia and blindness. Professor Holden holds 7 honorary doctorates from universities around the world. In 1997, he received the Order of Australia Medal, the highest recognition for outstanding achievement and service in the Australia honor system, for his service to optometry, contact lens research, and education. Professor Holden also serves as CEO of both the Brien Holden Vision Institute and the Vision Cooperative Research Center, and we are honored that he is here today, participating in our convocation and hooding ceremony. Please join me in welcoming Professor Brien Holden.
Well, thank you very much, Kelly. And I should say that I'm from the South, the Deep South, and this is a real Southern accent. It is a great honour to be here today at the UAB School of Optometry graduation. It's a great day of celebration for you students, for your parents, for the university, for the people who are going to need your services in eye care around the world, and particularly for your family and loved ones. I congratulate the family and loved ones. You put up with all the trials and tribulations, the massive investment in your children to take them to this stage of the development to a graduate in optometry. You guys have worked very hard, and you graduated from one of the 3 top universities in optometry in the world. That is an extremely privileged position to be in. I am taken back to a graduation ceremony I went to in Africa, and the first graduate came up and was robed, and somebody in the gallery leapt up and went, "Oh!" And I looked at my colleague and friend, Professor Naidu, and he shrugged. Then the next one came up and the same thing happened. I said, "Coven, what's going on here?" And he said, "These people are Zulus. And the family is saying no one in the history of our clan for hundreds of years have ever graduated from a university. And every student that came up was greeted with such an accolation." Actually, it's not that strange, because I was the first member of my family that anybody could remember went to a university. And if a few of you feel like jumping up today and singing your favourite song when your student gets up there, I'm not going to get upset. So it's a great day of celebration for you. And the privilege that you have as being one of the graduates in optometry from one of the best schools in the world, top 3, I'm told by the people behind me it's really top 1 or 2, is a position that's held by, in terms of doctoral optometry, only 60,000 people out of the 7 billion on the planet. There are about 400,000 optometrists. So you are in a very special position. And in that special position, there are responsibilities. Responsibilities to give back to your families, to the communities, to people in need. I graduated in optometry 50 years ago, almost to the day, when I was 10 years old. And I practiced in Melbourne, Australia for a year, then got married, jumped on a boat and sailed to England. And I was a typical Aussie, loved football, had the occasional beer, enjoyed life. And on the way to England, going through ports in Papua New Guinea, Sri Lanka and the Middle East, I was staggered. There were lepers in the streets, there were dead people, there was starvation in many places that we visited. And it made me angry, and it made me sad. And I thought, one day I'm going to do something useful in that area. In the next period of time, I got my PhD, went back to Australia to a new School of Optometry in Sydney around 1970. Coincidentally, the University of Alabama, through Don Springer, bringing Hank Peters from Berkeley to here, set up a unique School of Optometry which focused on clinical excellence and vision research. And from that day on, great things have come out of this university from the world of optometry. For me, for the next 30 years, I celebrated the excitement and beauty of optometry and optometry research. I had a great time. I did contact lens research. I went around the world working with great people. And I met two fantastic sorts of people, giants and great collaborators. A giant is someone, as Sir Isaac Newton explained, is the person who you stand on their shoulders and you can see beyond everybody. And there are giants in this room. You've heard about Professor Amos, you've heard about Professor Peters, people like Rod Fullard, the Nichols. These people are giants in their field. And that's how we young academics and professionals get forward. When those giants show us the way, it's not often in a simple or uncomplicated way. And I met a man called Gallipoli Rao about 38 years ago at a conference, and he was going back to India to set up a university, a research institute, and a facility for caring for people. This man, Nag Rao, said to me in 1998, "We have just done a study to show that the major cause of vision impairment in India is uncorrected refractive error. People can't afford or get access to a pair of glasses." He said, "You should do something about it." I said, "Why?" "I'm having a good time doing contact lens research." He said, "You're an optometrist. It's optometry's business." Another man who is also an ophthalmologist, called Serge Reznikov, worked at the World Health Organization. And in 2006, a press release was put out from WHO saying, "Children fail at school, adults are unable to work, and families are pushed into poverty as a result of uncorrected vision impairment." So we took off after uncorrected vision impairment. The 625 million people who today can't afford a pair of glasses and are pushed into poverty. As an optometrist, I got together with a bunch of optometrists, with optometry throughout the world, through Optometry Giving Sight. And the last 20 years or so, we have delivered vision care to 3 million people, established 13 facilities around the world, including 10 new schools of optometry, worked in 54 countries, helped train 130,000 eye care personnel, and set up 429 vision centres for delivery of vision to people in need. What's this mean to you? You're an optometrist. You can do wonders. You can become the world authority in dry eye, like the Nichols, or Michael Twa and the myopia researchers here, creating the future. You can be leaders in the optometric profession, and I would urge you to get involved in the optometric profession. You can do things like Linda Lucas is doing as a provost, going out to build opportunities for the university to contribute globally. Today in optometry, we face many interesting challenges. This school is unique It was set up to collaborate with medicine, it was set up to do research, and it was set up to achieve clinical excellence. And these people are the fruits of all that intellectual labour. We have today a challenge called myopia. By the year 2050, 5 billion people will be short-sighted. 1 billion will be highly short-sighted. And 150 million people will be blind or vision impaired from high myopia unless you solve the problem. And optometry is in the forefront of being able to control the progress of myopia by teaching kids better ways, more outdoor activity, and myopia control contact lenses. You have a fantastic future ahead of you. Do not forget those in need. Always behave with integrity and care for people. There are only two essential needs for you, apart from your brilliant OD degree, and that is that you put your heart into your profession. I hope you enjoy your life. I hope the families enjoy the lack of burden of having a student and now have an economic money machine to help you in your latter years. And I wish you all a very enjoyable and productive life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Holden. On behalf of the UAB School of Optometry, I would like to present you with the Henry B. Peters Innovation in Global Optometry Award. This new award will be given to a graduation speaker with outstanding contributions to global optometry and a passion for furthering the profession. This award is named after Henry B. Peters, founding dean of the UAB School of Optometry. Dr. Peters had an innovative and forward-thinking vision, which you just discussed, that included optometry as part of a thriving major medical center, surrounded by other healthcare professions. Our graduates today embody that spirit and vision with skills and expertise that will allow them to practice optometry in ways Dr. Peters could only imagine 46 years ago. Dr. Peters also had a heart for public health and a passion for providing vision care services for those in need. Dr. Peters would applaud efforts to further the development of optometry across the world and efforts to create a sustainable resource to address vision care needs globally. We are honored here today to name you as the inaugural recipient.
Thank you very much.
I'm very afraid I would knock it over.